Most books contained in libraries of the world were authored for contemporary readers, and they were generally written for profit, with royalties accruing from successful sales. Not so with the Book of Mormon. It was written anciently for our day. It reveals the endless Lordship of Jesus Christ in accounts of 2 ancient American dispensations, preserved for the benefit of us who live in this dispensation of the fullness of times. Certainly no royalties accrued to its authors. In fact, they paid dearly for their privilege of participation. What motivated them? Their devotion to God. The book's 4 major writers, Nephi, Jacob, Mormon, and Moroni, were all eyewitnesses of the Lord, as was its martyred translator, the prophet Joseph Smith. Their writings centered upon the Lord, his mission, and his ministry. Jacob, for example, repeatedly referred to the atonement and resurrection of Christ. "Beloved brethren," wrote Jacob, "be reconciled unto God through the atonement of Christ, his only begotten Son, and ye may obtain a resurrection, and be presented as the firstfruits of Christ unto God. And now, why not speak of the atonement of Christ, and attain to a perfect knowledge of him, and the knowledge of a resurrection in the world to come?" Jacob's advice is priceless and timeless. The Savior declared that the Book of Mormon contains the fullness of his everlasting gospel. How did he define the gospel? The resurrected Lord taught, "This is the gospel which I have given unto you, that I came into the world to do the will of my Father, because my Father sent me." Then he amplified that one-sentence definition. "My Father sent me that I might be lifted up upon the cross. And after that I had been lifted up upon the cross, that I might draw all men unto me." This unique mortal mission of the Lord, the gospel as he defined it, we know as the atonement. The fullness of the gospel, therefore, connotes a fuller comprehension of the atonement. This we do not obtain from the Bible alone. The word atonement in any of its forms is mentioned only once in the King James Version of the New Testament. In the Book of Mormon, it appears 39 times. The Book of Mormon also contains more references to the resurrection than does the Bible. The Savior referred to the Book of Mormon as his new covenant with the house of Israel. It is a tangible sign of Christ's culminating covenant with mankind. The divine teachings of this book, as a third testament, clarify doctrine and unify the Old Testament with the New Testament. Scriptural covenants, testaments, and witnesses since the beginning of time relate to the atonement of Jesus Christ, the central act of all human history. The Book of Mormon is the most important religious text to be revealed from God to man since the writings of the New Testament were compiled nearly 2 millennia ago. Joseph Smith declared the Book of Mormon to be the most correct of any book on earth and the keystone of our religion. It is the only book that the Lord himself has testified to be true.